All right, ladies and gents, this is 69 Basehead. Today we're gonna do a full walkthrough of this Dodge Avenger 2010. We'll start on my high output alternator. I have the Autotech 320. As you can see, I have all of my 0 gauge wires running to the ground on the outside of the alt. And then over here, I have another ground coming from the motor to the frame. I still have my basic lead acid battery from it's a Walmart battery up under there, but that is what I use to start my car. I had this separated. This wire right here, I had charging this wire going to the back to the lithium I have in the back and the AGM. But I was getting a different voltage reading. It was like 0.2 volts different, 0.3. But what I did was add this right here and took this extra run coming from the alt positive post and added to the rest of them. So, and now my batteries are resting at 13.4. So, all right. So as you can see, I have it grounded everywhere. So this ground right here is going down through to the motor as well. And then I have this ground here grounded to the frame. I didn't drill a hole, it was already a hole there, so I just utilized that hole, then sand everything down and, you know, added me a, that's a 4 gauge, it's not a 0 gauge, but it's thicker than this little bitty, you see that little piece of wire right there, so it's about 3 times the size as that. So that's all it is up under here. So everything is upgraded up under here as far as wires. All right, the big 3. On the inside, we'll stop right here at my door, then we'll get on the inside. So I added this. I wanted to look, you know, as neat as possible. So I got my little things you cut holes with out of the door, and I used that to cut perfect circles for this right here. And I got screws here, but I used that it's 3 mil double-sided tape, real sticky. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. God, I mean, it's tight. But and right here I used I got screws in here, but on the back side of it I took the door panel off. I have the little metal pieces that you can screw into it, got it tightened up on the door so it's not going anywhere. But I have 6 of these in the car, I have 2 of these, and I also have a set of super tweeters down off in there. So I cut the holes out and put some super tweeters down off in the dash. So all together I have 4 super tweeters up front and 2 1-inch dome tweeters, Alpine. And you can see the name on that, Timpano. I don't want to mess the people's name up, but I like them. They sound good. And on my deck, I just have the Jensen CAR 1000. CAR 100, I'm sorry. It's the CAR 100. This thing came out, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Maybe 4, maybe longer than that. It does have all of your RCAs, your sub out, all of that good stuff. And I didn't have it doesn't come with a CD player, so I added the DVD player. Where if I wanted to watch DVDs or play CDs and stuff like that. So it's sound stream. I have the sound stream. So over there you see I got the matching tweeters on the other side as well. It ain't too much, but that's it in there. So go to the back. So on my back, I do have the JP43 and I have the JP28-4 in the epicenter. Man, this thing is power hungry. So if you got the juice, I mean, it'll produce the power. So it's a real good amp, solid amp, Korean made. I love it. I do. I had Hyphonics. I had Soundstream. I mean, all of them sound good, but I had one on each 15 wired at one on. But this amp right here, it does the job of two. So, and I wanted to clean it up. I had a lot of amps back here, so if you're on my page, you can see a video I had did, or you can look at my profile picture and you can see the sound streams I had. So, and back in the back, and I know got a lot of hate about, you know, hey, why you cut your back deck out just to put that back there. So I was experimenting, and this was something for me to experiment and to experience. I've never ran a ported box. I don't want to go spend $800 on a custom made box, and I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. So I went with the Q-Bomb. I've heard a lot of those boxes in cars around here from where I'm from. So and it was pretty cheap. It was on sale for $268. The dimensions on it is 26 inches deep, 18 inches high, and it's 36 inches wide. So you know how small these cars are, and I couldn't get anything over 20 inches in the trunk, and it had to be at least 16 inches high. But I wanted something a little bit bigger, and the only way for me to accomplish that, I didn't cut the whole back dash. I cut half of it, and I cut this lip going across the side from your floor to that lip. It was 18. I had measured 18. That was without the floor. But when I got the box itself was 18. On the site, it said 16 1/4. So it was like 1 3/4 inches too high. So as you can see over there on the other side in the corner, I had to go in and cut that whole little front facing out. I had already cut it, so I just got mad and just went on and cut it straight back and cut it all the way across, and cut it straight back. So that way, if I wanted to put everything back together, it is nothing for me to redo or fix what I did. So right behind the tweeters, I left the 2 holes to put the latches back in. I left the bolts down here to put the seats back in. All I did was just cut out that one little piece going across the back so I can fit the box in. So, and I didn't want it to look naked. So I went on Amazon and found the box for 4 6x9s. And I already had the CT sound for a couple of years. So, and I just went on and put them in there. So I got the same tweeters in my rear. I'm sorry about the sunlight, y'all. So I got 4 tweeters back here, super tweeters back here, along with 4 6x9s. All right, to the trunk. I do have the whole trunk, just about most of the car from the back, from the trunk to the bottom of the seat. I have it all up under there. I'm sorry about that. All up under there. I have everything keel mat. As you can see down through the floor, everything is keel mat. But back in the back, we have the Gravity Warzone G7 D2s on the 15s. I do have a lithium battery back over there, dual purpose. Everything is fused off, so this wire right here This wire right here is going out, and it's coming from the front. I got it fused off from the front. As you notice, I have a 300 amp fuse up front, and I have a 300 amp fuse in the back, just separating. This back wire right here, coming down through here, going out through the floor. I do have a fuse in the bottom that's separating this battery from that battery. This is the AGM I got back here. And the other wire coming out is going to my amps. As you can see in the front, I do have dual 150 amps on those fuses. So I have a smaller fuse in here. It's 150 amp on each side. And the reason being, you don't want your fuse to be too big where it wouldn't pop and mess your amp up. So you put your smaller fuse at your amp. All right. But yep, this Q-bomb box is a nice box. It's huge. I mean, the box is huge. And it's nice. It sounds good. So, like I said, that's it on the 2010 Dodge Avenger. It ain't much, but I'm not in competition. I'm not running behind numbers. I'm not trying to get 160 dBs sitting in this car. I don't play it. The highs I turn it up riding is maybe about 10. It goes up to 45. Sitting on the inside, 10 is loud enough. So, all right, guys, that's my Dodge Avenger. That's my 2010. Sitting on 20s, blacked out. So, that's it. Appreciate y'all for watching.